Hello, this is Christ Plug. We're about to go live with Scott Hicko again. So yeah, he should be on soon. Ah, shoot. Headsets. 1 second. Where did I set them? Bit of a problem. I should have been prepared a bit more. Where did I leave my headsets? Mom, where are my headsets? Yeah? Okay, love you. Don't worry, I think I know. Oh, dang. Forgot. Found them. Just need the plug. And we're good to go. Nice. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. Looking for headsets. There's the invite, by the way. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about you? Oh, I already asked that. Never mind. Yeah,
It's all right, man. Yeah. Good to see you.
good to see you again too. So, how's things been with work, the kids, your pet?
Good. Good. Yeah. Work's been going really well. I teach from home now, so that's convenient being at home, and so I get to take care of the dog. And the kids are doing well. They're involved in their stuff, and we're living life. So I
Yeah,
enjoy hanging out with them, and that's part of my reason for living. You know.
yeah. Well, and I don't have of course, I don't have a job yet, but I've been doing pretty good myself, kinda. And I've been like, pre-ordered something I'm gonna be playing within 2 days. Been slightly getting back into the music, doing a little bit of that.
Okay. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So I noticed that you posted a video. What was that one video you posted just yesterday or a couple days ago?
Um, I can't think of. I know one was
It's
on
like your
Romans
most recent.
Romans 8. Oh, the most recent was no free
I'll help you
will in
find it.
God's book. I think it was called.
Oh yeah,
No.
oh yeah. And I was saying, I was gonna say about that video. It definitely like represents used a lot of like terminology that definitely I could see myself using a bit. Like I remember using like characters in a story to convey that we have no free will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that actually was a that was kind of like it resonated with me very pretty well.
Yeah. Well, Psalm 139:16 says that our days were formed by God, not just you know limited by God. Like this is the day you're going to die. Our days were formed by God before one of them came to be, and were written in His book. So that's a great analogy to discuss a book because it's actually used in Scripture, and that's what we are. We're characters in a story, and the problem with Christianity and religion is they want to pull the author into the realm of the characters. They want to make the author a character like them, and that's how they treat God, and that's how they interact with Him. Um, but the truth is that the author is, even though we live and move and breathe in Him, He's still outside of the creation, meaning that He is unaffected by the things that we do. He's the driving force behind everything that we do. And that's the truth of the matter. But it's a difficult thing to understand for people. I think it's the biggest hump there is the belief in human free will, and to understand that they're all in the book of God. They're all in it and they can't sway from the script at all is a hard truth to come by because you feel like you can do whatever you want and you make choices. Of course, we all make choices and we don't feel the circumstances behind those decisions. We can't understand them all, and therefore we think they're not there and we're acting of our own volition. But we know who controls those circumstances in order to even present us with a choice. So when you trace it all the
Yeah.
way back to its source, free will is an impossibility.
Yeah, and I even heard that you called it a illusion, which also fits it perfectly. It's the perfect type of illusion to like think that you have free will, but to say that the illusion is a reality is like not not necessarily portraying God right, to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. Free will is we do feel free. I mean, but that's the illusion. Just because we feel free and we act, and you
Hello?
know, as humans, can you hear me?
Computer is a bit weird.
Oh, can you hear me or no? Can you hear me?
Sorry, the computer was a bit weird.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me or
Oh,
no?
I can hear you perfectly now. It's just the computer was a bit weird. Dana's in.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dana.
Hey guys,
Hello.
good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you too.
Yeah, I'm going through a rough patch. My dad just passed and my dog. So
Oh my goodness.
it's
I
been
do.
a month of tragedy for me.
When did your dad pass?
Uh when was the third?
The third was let's see.
Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to
I
hear that.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, I don't
I'm
want
sorry.
to.
The camera
I don't want
again.
to steal the show. So please,
You're
forge
welcome
ahead.
anytime. Oh yeah, you're definitely welcome in top and any time, most definitely. But
Mhm.
yeah, um, I'm sorry about your dad if you didn't hear me say that because my computer's acting a bit weird.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. So yeah, definitely I have been. I've had somewhat of a rough patch too, but not really as rough as that. I mean, but things have been kind of like good and kind of uh, like a roller coaster, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, a roller coaster.
Yeah, probably should have said that starting off, but like definitely has been. I couldn't say that it was all good. Couldn't say it was all bad.
How's your life,
So
Scott?
Oh, things are going well.
Well,
Um,
that's good.
I relatively speaking can't complain about anything. My kids are wonderful. I love hanging out with
How
them, and
how old are your kids, Scott?
my son's gonna be 13 in two
Oh,
weeks, and my daughter's gonna be 11 here in about a month
yeah,
and a
oh,
half. Or no, she's
that's
gonna
a
be 12. So
oh
she's
wow,
11 now, so she'll be 12. Yeah.
that's a good age.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome. I love the age from like 5 to 12, 13. It's just been great. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what's gonna happen as teenagers. I
Oh,
know how
forget it.
teenagers get. So, and
Yeah,
I don't like
forget it.
little babies. So, age 5 to 12, 13 has been awesome. So we'll
oh
see
yeah,
where it
Yeah,
goes from
you can
here.
use the toilet and feed yourself.
Yeah, that's what I
from
always say, man. Once they can get in and out of the car by themselves and they
Right.
can wipe their own, then it gets a
yeah,
little bit better. Man, otherwise
yeah,
they're just little babies staring at you. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
yep,
not a big
that's
fan. But
awesome.
hey, I enjoyed them when they were little guys too. But I loved 5 to 12. That's just a great age.
oh yeah. From experience as a teen, from experience as a teenager myself, they may definitely have this not well maybe some people call it a know-it-all type
Oh yeah.
of yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
I was a bit not know-it-all-ish, but definitely
Oh,
I
you
was
think
a
you know it
some
all. Oh, you always
yeah,
think you know it all.
yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the tendency of teenagers.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I've taught in high school for 18 years, so I
Oh
I
my
know
God.
the teenage mindset. And
God bless you.
yeah,
there's something.
What
but
subject do
even
you teach, Scott?
I teach English. I'm actually a special education teacher, so I've
Okay.
taught all kinds of classes,
Yeah.
math, English, personal growth type stuff too.
yeah,
But I'm
Well, that's
home
funny.
to
now.
be honest,
I don't know what it is, but my English teachers have always been my Latin teacher and my English teacher is always my favorite. I don't know why.
my teachers were the school I was going to I had to transfer because of bullying issues, but like anyways, the school I went to after the transfer, they tend to care more about this, and this is one of the things that most likely will annoy you as a teacher if you ever work there. But they were more focusing on gossiping about each other and everything else rather than teaching. And something that really didn't help was the fact that like during at a certain point half half the staff either got fired or quit. Either one of the two happened at that school. The school is kind of dysfunctional.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too healthy there.
Yeah, and
No.
the teachers didn't really think much of me anyways, so they
But
kind of
yeah,
passed me.
gossiping among teachers is a common thing. That's why I kind of, I have a few people that I might interact with, but other than that, I stay to
Yeah, but they
myself.
tend to do it like a lot,
Well,
way
it's
more
like that.
often.
It's like that
But
in any place of business, I think.
Yeah.
Um I think by human nature we tend to gossip, unfortunately. But
true, I think that's normal. But
yeah.
like I don't think any other school would like gossip as much as they do. Like, I
Mm.
guess like to the extent because it seemed like they literally try to talk to each other if it wasn't a big lesson, they would try to talk to each other even while teaching. They kind of got distracted.
Hmm.
There's this one teacher that really this and he acted like he was a teacher. You would think he thought he was a principal, but he was really just a TA. So he kind of had a like boss attitude, kind of gung ho, kind of like or something like that.
Where are you
But
from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Scott?
Hobart, Indiana, northwest corner of
Okay.
Indiana.
I've been to Indiana. I was there. Oh God, what year was that? We had a huge tornado come through Bloomfield. Do you remember that?
Bloomfield,
No.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of tornadoes that
It was well.
through
I was.
Indiana.
It was 2013, 14, maybe. I don't know, but it was horrible. I was staying in a Days Inn hotel there, and it's like where you have that direct door into your hotel room.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was some, I don't know, some system going off, and they were like, yeah, seek shelter, and I'm like, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
I ran out of my room in my bare feet to the Hilton next door, and somebody let me in. I was like, oh, thank God.
I remember there was a tornado. There was like a tornado warning. Like this was like because like most of my life I lived like in Springfield, Missouri, but I was like born in St. Louis. But then we moved back when I was like 13, 14. And anyways, when I was little, we had a tornado, and my mom was trying to get this pizza from this pizza place that we just like. It was like a take and bake kind of place.
Oh yeah.
My mom, being a mom, she just like was like, okay, let's hurry up and get this pizza in. While there was a tornado, kind of, she was like focused on feeding me while there was a whole tornado. So like, we ended up having to put the pizza in, go. With the only refuge we could find was the basement. So we went there, and it was flooding.
Oh,
so we had to step on these like it was kind of like these. I wouldn't say lily pads. They were like these wooden platforms we stepped on, and there was just like a snake in the water for some reason. Like, oh my gosh, the snake! My mom was kind of worried about snakes and rats and stuff. And we managed to like wade through the storm and all that. So
crazy times.
Yep. But there is nostalgia in some of your past. Yes, there is some nostalgia kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Even in my high school. Oh yeah, the camera and stuff was acting weird. But I was saying, like, even in my high school days, I have some nostalgia. I remember in high school, that was like when trap metal was becoming big. Not big, but it was like it's still kind of niche in the underground. But that's when I first heard like Scarlord. I remember his ads coming up constantly, and I was like, I'd constantly ignore his ads, and then I'd be like, Scarlord. I'll type his name in the chat.
I never heard of that.
He's a underground artist. It's a young person thing, so to speak.
Yeah.
So like, I remember when
you're Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how he spells his name. That's how he spells his name. In the underground, you'll find it's common to spell replace an O with an X or an A with a V as like something to be kind of edgy or something. Anyways,
so, like,
I remember.
Price plug.
Yeah, kind of still have my underground roots there. I literally am known as Black Ice in the underground scene, but I'm not big. That's the thing.
Well, that's how you were on YouTube before, right? You were Black Ice.
Yeah, that's that video addressing us. Yeah, addressing us too.
Yep.
Scott.
so that's my underground name.
Scott, maybe. Yeah. If you want to use
SCXTT.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah.
When I talk about dark topics.
Yeah. But anyways,
Like
yeah,
the aliens.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh god.
Speaking of dark topics,
yeah.
did you hear that the Chinese impregnated a robot
Oh,
that's supposed
come
to give
on.
birth
What?
to a human child?
What?
No, I'm sorry, but
No,
I'm
that's
okay.
new.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. That's just BS. That cannot happen.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh
It's
my.
happening.
I got to look that one up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I heard it on the Dave Hodges program today.
Oh my
Dave Hodges.
god.
Dave Hodges
Yeah.
found us out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't verified it, but he's usually pretty good about it. So
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I'm sure that's not gonna happen. It's like
See,
I'm
this
literally
is
I'm
why.
sure they'll attempt it. I mean, this
Oh,
world is gonna get it's just
it's already upside
unbelievable.
down. Forget
Yep.
it. My god.
The evil that's
I
about
can't remember this one person. This one person named Seven literally titled one of his songs. It's an upside down world out there.
Uh-huh.
One thing I think he really understated was how upside down it was.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know what 6 months from now it's going to look like. I have no idea.
me neither. Hello.
Hello, Nikki, my old friend.
Yeah, everything is going nuts. They keep promoting the hurt juice.
Oh yeah.
The promotion for the hurt juice is ridiculous.
Well, I just got a email. It's a survey for the Pfizer CV19er injection, and I'm like, really? You really want my opinion on this?
yeah, gosh.
Come on.
You know, it's always going to be like BS like that. There's always going to, or most likely, yeah. I wouldn't, yeah, play that.
And they call everybody who doesn't take it a bad person, an evil person.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Evil's good. Good is evil. Wait.
Yeah.
That's what that's what it's turning into. Like,
that's what it is.
Yeah. What's that?
Yep. Evil is going to get as bad as it possibly can be right before it dies. So it's just going to get.
It's insane to me how fast.
I hope we get snatched away before like it gets too bad. Like it's a point where like everybody gets caught in this like tornado of shit, so to speak.
I couldn't believe how much could go wrong in 2 years. It's insane.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought it would be slow and take forever. No. 2 years. I haven't seen anything get this bad in 2 years.
When our friend
bad as what happened during World War II, but I don't know if this is worse or not. It's hard to know.
Well,
when
it's
our
the
friend
acceleration. Sorry, Chris. It's the acceleration of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It goes up exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
It used to go linear, now it's going up exponentially.
Exactly. It starts from like 0 to 100. I don't listen to Drake, and I don't necessarily like Drake. I don't like mainstream stuff. I always say underground is mainly underrated, is what I always say. But like he did quote something that definitely applies to this. 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. 0 to 101.
Yeah, definitely. He's another artist who understates something. Another relevant quote, but still understated.
I actually kind of like Drake. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm more of an X fan. Like I know that like they had a beef, and like I don't tie my
compliance muzzles.
I don't have X bias due to their beef. Like due to X and Drake beefing, I don't have X bias. It's just that I've been his day one.
Annoying. I hate the compliance muzzles so much. The ritualistic same muzzles. That's what I heard one person call them. That's exactly what they are.
Where are you at, Nick?
Yeah, where are you at?
Safeway. We have to work at Safeway, so.
Where are you?
You work at where?
Safeway.
Safeway. Oh,
Nick,
oh,
what
never
state are you in?
St. Louis doesn't have that.
Nick, what
Because
state
I'm
are
in
you in?
Maryland, so
Oh, you're not far from me. I'm in
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
I should let another brother in Christ know that we're on live because he's last time he texted me saying no, I missed it, and then I should let him know because
Who was that?
a brother in Christ, Moonlight Man.
Moonlight Man. I don't know him.
He
bring him in.
doesn't sound
Yeah.
familiar.
No.
All right, maybe you can meet him on a live or something. I'm gonna go ahead and text him, see if he's on. But yeah, St. Louis. I heard that like as far as like shit getting worse, that crime is going up. But like St. Louis, I'm not sure if it got to that state yet, like to the Midwest.
Here in California, the people are freaking stealing stuff off of moving freight trains.
I've seen that. Yeah.
What a mess!
Yeah, it's
That's all I
bad.
gotta say. Someone's got to clean all that up just so these crooks could have a couple things they could sell on eBay.
Oh. Here's
All
the
right.
problem. Here's the
Let me know.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is this stuff real or is this something they're trying to plant in our heads? That's my problem with this stuff. Like the
Now
whole
that is a good question.
convoy and all
It's
this
probably a
other stuff.
mix of both.
Yeah.
To confuse you.
Yeah. Probably a mix of both.
Like little boy cries wolf. It's like that.
Yeah.
They're real. I think they do it back and forth. It's real. It's fake. It's real. It's fake. It's real.
Yeah.
It's fake. To just
Yeah.
confuse you so much, you don't even know what's real.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like I cannot get behind.
The adversary loves order out of chaos.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I remember
That
like
is
our pirate friends saying. I remember our pirate friends saying like not we have to, but like that stuff is maybe it wasn't him, but so Martin said this. That stuff has to get better before or get worse or something before we get snatched away.
I don't necessarily believe that at all. I see people saying that. I don't see any indication for that.
Oh yeah.
And I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Nobody knows.
I know.
But,
I'm a little bit.
And then
Sorry,
I see,
go ahead.
I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups, and one of the guys is like, "Oh, what are all these conspiracies?" And I'm like, because the father of lies likes to call everything a conspiracy, so we look crazy when we know the truth. But the people that believe the lies are the ones that get the credibility. So it's like, I just give up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the conspiracy theory was coined by the CIA, actually.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, everything's a conspiracy. Everything. I mean, you look at Christianity is a conspiracy, and then the same one in charge of Christianity is the one who's in charge of the world, relatively speaking. So he's going to do the same thing in that arena too.
Like the Black Pope or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Who is actually ultimately in charge? I have no idea.
All I know, who invented Christianity?
Satan's ultimately.
Right.
Well, I mean, relatively.
Relatively,
yeah.
Ultimately, it's God. But
through God.
Yeah, through God. Yep.
Yeah, me and God are having deep talks on what he's doing right now because I'm not happy with him.
Me and God, I kind of been like, me and God have been kind of at the same level. We've been talking kind of. Yeah, most definitely.
I'm like, God, I don't understand you. What are you doing?
I was saying, God, like, I hope that I was saying, like, not I hope, but I was like, you know what, God, whenever you do such a way, I'm like Martin Zender said, this will be worth whatever you have planned for us will be worth everything. But I'm like, every time, like, not every time, but like sometimes when I talk to God, I'm like, just like Martin Zender said, I kind of think the same thing, like, really, this had to happen, happen,
right.
But
yeah. Stop the bad joke, okay? Because I'm done. But apparently I'm not done.
Yep, it's kind of like an on and off switch, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he's probably still sleeping, and I'm hoping he's actually awake to catch this. Because he was like, he actually watched the whole of the last live.
Oh really?
That was 4 hours long.
Yeah, that was a long
just
one.
about. Yeah,
What's going on in Australia? He's not. It's so terrible.
Yeah,
it's exactly what happened in the 1940s. It's the same situation. It's just repeating itself.
Oh, it's a
Nazis. It seems how the adversary works. He repeats what he doesn't seem to change his game very much. He keeps repeating it over and over again.
Yeah, and
that's a
kind of
point.
predictable.
Well, and then so now we're starting to send troops to Ukraine, and this whole thing with Russia is ramping up.
I think that my thought with this would be like, if World War III ends up happening, which I doubt it will, or if it does,
it will. It is written down. I mean, I have no doubt it's going to happen.
I think we'll be snatched away before that, because like normally, from the stuff I watch on like speculations about World War III, like the speculations I saw was like it doesn't end well.
Do you know Albert Pike?
Albert Pike? No.
Yeah. Look up Albert Pike's manifesto. It literally outlines World War I, World War II, and World War III. He was a Freemason, and he was in the club, and he just detailed everything that's going to happen, and it will happen. I have no doubt. None.
All right. There's
got to be false peace first.
Huh?
There's got to be false peace.
Nah, I don't believe that.
Either way, we got
peace is they end all the, stupid restrictions and say,
we definitely have to be
over,
snatched away before this. Before this war happens, we have to be snatched away, because like it does not end well. Like especially like since we have all these. Yeah. Everybody has them now, and since how that's a thing, I think we would get snatched away before that. At least for telling from all this.
Look, I thought I would have been snatched away by now, so I have no idea what to expect anymore.
Me neither, but I'm holding to this belief that like we have to be. Hello, Braden. What's up? That we have to be like be snatched away, like alive, not dead necessarily. Although we could be snatched away. Sure, you could join. You could join. Go on ahead. You can join, most definitely. But yeah, I was thinking we all would have to be snatched away, like alive, but not necessarily have to be. But like that would most likely be the case. Is what I would be thinking. Hello?
What? Like Scott,
hold on. I'll send it. I was telling Braden to hold on.
What'd you say, Dana?
I said, do your wife and kids believe?
I believe my kids do. I mean, we talk about it all the time, and they have a pretty good grasp of it.
Good.
Are they just
people raise children in this modern age? It's so evil.
Are they
I don't
just
think I could do
repeating?
It.
Are they just repeating what I say to them? I don't know, but I think it's real. It's real to them, and I hope they grow in it. My wife is close. Like we talk about it a lot. I gave her my book, or my ex-wife. Sorry, she's close. So
okay, good.
Whether she'll pull that trigger or God gives her that belief or not,
Well, if she does, she was designated beforehand, so
Absolutely. I feel a big push. I mean, in my own personal life, the people that I've loved and been around me, like I'm getting a final push of opportunity. It seems like to talk to them, give them.
I feel like that too. Yeah, I
my voice coming in.
Yep. There you go.
How do people raise children in this modern age? It's terrible. The influence.
I was saying how
it's hard.
in the other live,
muzzles. Like, how do
And
they deal with this place? They'll be tortured psychologically by this place.
by the way, we can hear you, Braden. But yeah,
Okay, you can't hear me?
We can hear
Oh,
you. I
there he
can.
is.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, I do want to say that like me and Scott Hicko on that topic have been talking about it, and I don't know if I told Scott Hicko this, but I'm kind of like afraid of like having kids in this eon due to that fact of like it's more dangerous now. But if I have told him that, I think he already knows. But if I haven't said that, I just said it. But yeah,
Well, I specifically didn't have children just because I didn't want to have to deal with them dealing with what I've dealt with. You know what I mean?
yeah.
In the last 2 years, this place is awful. What's going on?
But
They wouldn't know what's going on here. They don't. They just don't wouldn't understand.
true,
I don't want them to go
but
through this because this is too much.
Scott Hicko brought up a good point. But yeah, I do agree with both of y'all guys. Yeah,
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind. I mean, yeah, it is hard, and there is a glorious outcome to any
Right.
life that is created that's beyond what we can possibly comprehend. That's the end game. So whatever they go through or whatever we go through here, that wouldn't be my decision based on the fact that bringing someone into this world, relatively speaking, that I wouldn't do it because the world's going to be so shitty.
I can't do it because of the money. It's so expensive.
Well,
even if I managed to do it, like
We're
even if I managed to do it,
talking
I'd have to find a girlfriend, and I'm not the most attractive dude.
Too. You are too. Stop it. But relatively speaking, we all know that whatever happens, it's from God. So,
it's a great
we have
point.
kids, or we don't have kids, or we're doing this, or we're doing that, it's from Him.
Right.
So whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's a great verse in James that says, if instead we should be saying, if the Lord wills, we will do this or that. Meaning that we only do what the Lord wills us to do, which is a hard truth for many people to swallow.
It is.
Very
But
hard.
it's
very hard.
I think it's a beautiful truth.
It is.
It gives me a sense of peace.
Me too.
Same with
know?
me.
too. Mm-hmm.
It's like
Another
it's
reason
not,
I don't think I
it's
could do
never
it
been
because
my
it scares
choice.
me to have children in this world. Because there's that, if you let them go astray, it's better to have a millstone tied around your neck. That scares me.
It
Now, they say if
definitely
you let
scares
children
certain
get astray,
people.
it's better to have a millstone tied around your neck and get thrown into and drown.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to
wouldn't
deal with
necessarily
that.
take that as literal, though. I do think there is, I think there's judgment ahead.
The computer's
I don't think judgment is fun, but I don't think of it as like torture either.
No.
Judgment.
No.
It shouldn't be thought of that, at least.
I actually would compare it to getting a lecture from your father. Like, oh God, this hurts. But,
yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's how typical Christians exaggerate, what judgment is,
Yeah. And my father was very good at lecturing. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be a lecture on steroids because I think you'll see the full experience of why you acted that way, why you went through it, why you went astray, and that's going to lead you to a correction and an understanding of God that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah, his judgment and correction.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Isaiah 26:9?
Dang, my thing almost fell on my mic. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I think we're on a little delay.
No,
I was just saying Isaiah 26:9 says the judgment when it comes upon the people is correction. That's
most definitely. Oh yeah, and I think that like when we do get snatched away, I think we'll know each other more in depth, like stuff we normally wouldn't. I think we know each other like almost as well as like say I know myself, right? I think when we get snatched away, and when I think of the snatching away, I just wanted to point this out because I think this could be like a thing. that we would know each other like we know the back of our own hand. Like we would know each other that well.
I actually agree with you.
I don't want anybody to know me. They'll be like, "What? This guy? What are you doing here?"
How did you get it?
That's seriously who you are? That's who you are? Oh my God!
I feel the same way.
God must have made a mistake. Get this guy out of here.
I used to think the same thing, like, but not necessarily. I used to think the same thing and I was like, in my head, and I was actually told God, like, God, you're gonna let them know everything, like everything, like, yeah.
I don't know.
I get it.
I think there'll be some things about us that aren't necessarily needed to be known by everybody except God.
Right.
But I definitely do think a lot will be laid bare as well. I mean, I think that's scriptural for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Finding that verse in James, I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Oh yeah. So like, I was also thinking that like, whenever we like, I was thinking, you know how Adam was like both male and female before Eve?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that.
I believe that too, but like,
I don't. It's not a big deal for me.
I know it's not a big deal.
I don't think that Adam had a vagina. You know.
I was just kind of curious what y'all thought because, like, I kind of, yeah.
I think Adam was a male, and the female was made out of the male,
No,
and
private chat.
It's kind of an inversion, so to speak. You know.
Oh yeah.
Physically. I could be totally wrong.
But I think I have a different view on it. I think it just makes a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, to take that out and then form. I'm still a little uncomfortable with using the word vagina, but
sorry.
I mean, just you know, I'm gonna say what it is. I know, hey, it's cool. It's just weird to say it.
It is kinda.
But I think to take the vagina out and form the woman around that is, I mean, that's our home. That's God. It's so comfortable. You know, it's so comfortable. You know, I remember when I really liked this girl, and I'm not going to get into too much detail of it, but I'd look at her, and I mean, it was like a spell. I mean, it was like her eyes, her hair, her skin, her lips. It was like I was mesmerized, and it's like when I looked at her, it was the most comforting thing that I could imagine. I was just comfortable. And when she'd leave, I wouldn't see her for a while. I'd be uncomfortable, and you know, so it's like they're the cause and the cure for loneliness.
Yeah,
all in the same being. I mean, you look at her, you're not lonely, but her not being there causes your loneliness. You know, it's
right.
So to have that vagina and the woman formed around it.
Sorry.
It just makes so much sense. It makes so much sense to me, you know. And that's why we are. I know Martin probably said it, that we're drawn towards that. I mean, a rib doesn't make sense. An angular organ
that never made sense.
I mean, it looks like a vagina. I mean,
but you know, from the opposite effect, like for a woman, that's what we get from a manly presence too, you know.
I really like women like long for a man's, because I always had this impression that like women. I always had this impression that women like don't necessarily not necessarily need a guy in the sense of like, oh, I need a guy. Like I was like, I had this like impression that when a woman said, like, if a woman said I don't need a man or I don't need a guy, that she was essentially saying I don't need to have company. Like I guess I definitely know I had that misinterpretation, but it normally just like came off as like a shun for like guys, and it kind of made me when I heard, and the first time I was exposed to this through a movie, and I remember seeing this happen in real life, so I kind of misinterpreted that. Any thoughts, Dana?
I am so sorry. My husband is just here berating me for being on a live.
Why?
No,
Oh.
he's like, we have to feed the dogs. We have to take out the garbage. We have to do. I'm sorry. What did you just say? Please say it again.
I was saying like, so maybe your husband could also give some insight to this because maybe he. Maybe.
No.
Yeah. I definitely need your insight.
Bring your husband into this conversation about vaginas and how you're attracted.
But let's see. Okay, so what I was saying was like, I remember when if a woman would say, and a woman has said this before, that they quote unquote don't need a man, or they quote unquote don't need a guy.
Women love to say that. You know why?
Yeah, why?
They want to have the upper hand. That's all.
I know. I kind of figured that. But it always came off as like a shun to me.
It's a stupid comment that younger women make. Older women will make that comment too. It's a dumb comment. That women don't need men.
Well, you tell me that every day. You say you don't need me.
That is not what they say, jerk.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't mean it. They're just trying to have an upper hand on you. That's all.
No,
It's a mind.
Did he hear my comment?
A lot of men and women have mind game stuff going on. So don't listen to that shit.
All right, well, thank you very much, because I really was having a misunderstanding about that. And yeah,
I see there's two pieces that were separated, and the pieces want to be joined back together, like two magnets.
I want
to they connect together, it's like that.
I want to say
one's positive, one's negative. They want to reach want to connect together. It's like that.
Yeah,
I do want to. Sorry,
because that piece got removed from Adam. It literally got removed.
I think
and they want to join it back together.
I think that's a great analogy, Nick.
I agree.
Anyways, I wanted to say that there was this Braden. I remember when Braden had a YouTube channel. I remember like, and this goes along with one of the topics I talked about in a live where I was just like me myself. So I remember like we as members in the body of Christ, we can all have disagreements and not like go at each other's throats over a disagreement, correct?
Right. Yes.
I definitely knew that. I just want to make sure I get a standing, ovation. Not really just kidding. But yeah.
Unless you're Dana, she goes after people's throats.
I do.
I'm just,
oh, wait, you're
I'm just kidding.
Only for Scott, though. Only for Scott.
Yeah, only when she's defending me.
Yeah, we all can defend each other. But anyways, I was saying
I'm a keyboard warrior.
Yeah, but a good one, not one of those.
Not
one of those. Yeah. Anyways, my whole point in bringing that up was like I remember when Braden had a disagreement with Martin, as I previously told you, I previously made my only disagreement with Martin, and I disclaimed in my disagreement that I could be wrong. Remember that video, Dana?
I do.
Is this about gender?
Yeah, I was about to bring up that. Yeah, how you were disagreeing with Martin about how in heaven there would be male and female, and I was saying that I made a video. I remember that I made a video agreeing with you and Martin in a certain sense, and now looking back on that video, I would have to say that I like me and Scott Hicko believe that that Eve came from Adam. Of course, that's what we believe. And my thing is this: if that's true, then really I'd say that you and Martin are both correct still, but what I failed to say is this: that there might be a third gender in heaven. I guess possibly.
Yeah, there could be 10 genders for all we know. I mean,
I'm not. I'm
who
not. I'm
knows?
not real quick disclaimer. I'm not trying to be one of those people, if you know what I mean.
Well, where are
One of
you
those people.
getting this idea from?
And am I getting this idea from? We
Uh-huh.
remember how we believe if literal, if possible, concerning scripture.
Uh-huh.
Well, what if it's literal and what if it's not literal? Like, what if it's could be both?
That is
Well,
often the case. There are verses in the Bible that can have like a literal meaning and a metaphorical meaning at once. Although not many are like that, but I think that sometimes is the case.
Plus, I kind of see not only that, but I also see why Martin. I understand where Martin is coming from, and then at the same exact time, I understand where Braden is coming from.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think that
Well,
both.
what's the disagreement?
yeah, can
Yeah,
I get
well,
the
can I
backdrop
say it?
here?
You
Yeah, is it,
Braden.
yeah,
This
is it
is agreement-
basically
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
believe that there will be. I believe that there still will be males and females in the afterlife, whether you call it the new earth or heaven or Zion or whatever, the paradise of God. I think we will retain our genders. I obviously can't be 100% sure of that, but kind of makes sense, because God created me as a male, and I consider myself a male in many ways. I don't have any desire to be a female or to be genderless. So I kind of think, I could be wrong. That's just kind of what I lean towards.
And then the disagreement he had was that Martin believes that there will be no gender, or maybe that there will be both
How
gender.
does that work, though? I don't even understand how that would work.
How what would work?
No
I tried
gender. No gender at all.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was thinking.
I was thinking
I don't
that
know.
maybe Martin wasn't thinking no gender. He was probably thinking both genders, because
I
they
don't
can't
know.
be like no gender.
It sounded like he was saying no gender, to be honest. I didn't get the feeling he was saying I think he used
I
that
know what
verse.
he was saying. I know what he
Yeah.
was saying. I'm just saying
Yeah, but
he could just interpret both genders as being no gender.
But if you say it's both genders, then you get into the Baphomet, which is both genders, and Satan's idol, basically. So,
But also,
What does Satan have to do with any of this? I'm lost.
well,
What is?
she did put up a good point, but I want to kind of put in my point that Adam was both genders at one point. So
I don't think that's necessarily provable. I don't.
I
feel-
know. I agree.
I don't see that.
it.
Yeah, I think it can be read to be interpreted that way, but I don't think it's necessarily a fact that he was once both genders. I've always thought of Adam as just a man, the first Adam. One man through whom death entered, and then one man, the second Adam, through whom life comes to all men.
Now, if this is, let's just put a hypothetical. If this is true that the Baphomet is the only one with both genders, then I'm just wondering, what is that? What is this? What is the Baphomet? Is there anything else? What is the Baphomet for? In the sense of what is the Baphomet's whole place in the story?
It's just the satanic idol. It depends on how much you
Is there
look.
is being both both male and female?
It is a male and female combined.
I know, but I'm just saying, is that the whole of the Baphomet, or is there something more sinister, or something that's supposed to be sinister?
It's got horns, breasts, I think a penis, and
Is it even real or not? Does it really exist? Is there actually a Baphomet out there somewhere?
I don't know. I think of that as mythological.
My husband thinks we're talking about porn.
Nope.
No. No. I think of that as mythology.
That's the after session.
The after session.
We'll talk about porn then. But I think that this whole transgender thing, I think there's definitely a play from Satan to
transgender stuff is probably from all the chemicals in the
That's
water and in the food,
exactly
all
Well,
the
that-
right.
BPA and all that crap, messing
that,
everyone else up.
and there's a big push for it. It's being supported by the main. So anything that's being supported and pushed on people, it's most people. It's abhorrent to them to have a female become a male, and so
Right.
why that's being accepted in the mainstream, by the sickos that run this world. That's satanic. There's something behind it.
Yeah.
There's no
Oh
doubt in my
yeah.
mind.
True.
I think it's like mental illness.
Whether that has anything to do with Adam and Eve or being genderless in heaven, it
I-
may not. But there's
I-
Well,
something.
it could.
I would
Though.
think
It
if it's like,
definitely could.
yeah, it could, but like I would doubt it. I doubt like God said, I meant it for good, you meant it for evil. So I would say that the narrative being pushed is meant for bad. While if there is male, female, and both, if there are three genders in heaven, then that would be meant
Who's
for
choking?
No, I have a cough.
good.
I have
But
quite
Oh.
the cough.
run the
I
opposite
hope
direction.
you're okay.
I'm fine.
ner-
I'm not dying.
made me
You kind of get what
nervous.
I'm saying, guys? Scott, Dana, Braden.
I promise
Yeah.
I'm not dying.
Oh, I get what you're
Good.
saying. I get what you're saying completely.
No,
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
does-
that's kind of what I
But
was thinking.
Satan twists everything. So he could be twisting what happened with Adam and Eve into what we're doing now with transgender stuff. Like you just never know. And at least in my mind, you never know what is the ultimate goal of this.
Yeah.
You know?
Although I'll be careful about blaming Satan for everything. I mean,
I get it.
I think I think that's just a mental illness that some people have. I mean, they're born,
Yeah.
they're born a male or female, and then they have this desire to suddenly be a woman when they're a man. I kind of think it's just like a mental illness, not necessarily.
But-
I agree with that, but the fact that it's pushed by mainstream society,
Yeah.
there's something. It's
But
not
then
just
again, like,
people struggling. It's being formed as a narrative.
And parents are
yeah, but
forcing
then
it on
again,
their
TikTok-
kids.
yeah, but also TikTok is pushed like I have autism. I literally have autism. TikToks do not help at all because they make false information about mental illness. Like they try to make autistic people look like first it came out like autistic people are all stupid when they're not. I know some autistic people that are pretty smart. I met some autistic people that are pretty smart. So like that narrative is definitely false.
Yeah, well, 50% of the students I've taught had autism, and
Yeah.
I would figure so because you did say that you teach special ed.
My stepson is autistic, so I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely try to push false information, especially on TikTok. And
I don't use TikTok. I mean, I don't. I
I
don't.
don't
see it.
either.
I mean, I used to have it only just to see if anybody was using my music on their TikToks or anything, just to see where my revenue and everything was going.
Uh-huh.
But I also made, I literally made some money from this, which is kind of a plus.
It's being too
I
rough.
also made very few TikToks, and I don't like TikTok. I don't like TikTok. It's just I want to see what all the fuss was about. It's like, you know how like you get bombarded with this stuff until you got to check it out. I'm not like that anymore. But at the time I was like, you know what? They keep bothering me with these dang ads, stupid ass ads. So I just like check it.
Ouch!
Sorry, this thing does not.
No way!
This thing does not want to stay up.
My Great Dane puppy is
I thought it was like my
ass.
feedback. I thought it was my feedback.
Yeah,
I'm really holding.
tell the live what you think.
The lie of what he thinks.
The live that
Oh.
we're on.
Oh, okay, I thought you said lie.
No, live.
Lie.
Hey,
Okay.
man, I was hoping you join or be in the comments because like letting you know that we join.
This transhumanist
by
stuff
the way,
can't be as bad as this
if you
transgender
do,
stuff can't be as bad as the promotion of the hurt juice and the compliance muzzles. I feel that's a lot more damaging.
bro, yeah, if you do want to join Moonlight Man, definitely you don't have to put your face up.
No, I won't do that.
I know. I was telling Moonlight Man.
Ow! Off of me, dog.
Did that verse show in the comments? You know, I sent like the James verse.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
Yeah,
it.
I see it.
it.
I see.
Yeah.
I wonder. Let me check my internet connection because
You sent it on the private chat though. Oh, and it's
I
in
sent it on
the
both.
it's in the regular chat too.
It's still in. It's like there. This is weird because it said like having trouble connecting. Please check your internet connection. You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, that's a powerful verse. You know, I mean, like if the Lord wills, we will live. You know, it's like the Lord who decides if we even live or die tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, it's all.
Oh yeah.
It's all,
By the way, Rob,
Yeah.
most definitely, you're welcome to join anytime. But yeah,
all our hairs are numbered.
Yep.
Oh,
God literally gives our desires and our everything that makes up our quote unquote character.
He knows exactly who's going to take the hurt juice and who doesn't.
Yep. And he knows their motives for taking this quote unquote hurt juice, yes. Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't screw them over too badly.
Hopefully it doesn't screw anybody over too badly anymore. Or at least any worse.
Because the promotion of it is unbelievable. It's just being rammed down everybody's throat so hard, 24/7. I'm amazed anybody doesn't get it.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Won't, can't, won't, isn't, whatever other words you need. I'm not doing it.
Because what happens if people go to your door with either a needle in one arm and a gun in the other? What do you do?
So be it. Shoot me in the head. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it.
What? It's like, do you want the slow, painful death or the quick death?
Quick.
You have two options. But they might say no, and they might drive you to a camp.
I will tell you with what I watched my father just experience over a month and a half. Shoot me in the head. Because I'm not doing it.
I'm wondering, when they take people to these camps, do they torture them alive till they take the hurt juice? Or do they just say, I'm going to shoot you or you take the juice?
What is this about? I mean, what is this, talking about here?
I'll type in the chat.
Okay.
Well, do you not know what the hurt juice is?
I've never heard that expression used before.
Hold on.
I'm guessing you mean the vaccine. I'm guessing this is what this is about.
Yeah, but you can't use that word because, the YouTube land.
Okay.
They'll put you in jail. YouTube will put you in YouTube jail if you say that word.
No, I mean, I just don't comment on it one way or the other. I mean, I'm not.
You have to call it by other names because they'll take you down. They're so against, medical misinformation. So they're magic words that they say.
Okay.
So yeah, it's getting worse. I can see it every day. My dad keeps watching the junk, the mainstream media junk for 6 hours a day. Can't seem to get him off of it. It's like a drug. It's addictive.
It is a drug.
CNN is more addictive than heroin. It's like a form of heroin. I can't get him off of it. I was like, how am I going to get him? Hide the remote? That would work. Hide the cable box.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take some extreme measures. Do you think it'd be worth it, or should I just let him watch the CNN until he dies?
You can't control him. Let him go. I'm sorry.
He's already
taken
3 doses of the hurt juice. He's already got 3 of them.
Then that's what it is. My dad did too. You got to let it go.
And same here. Like my parents seem to be stuck on that.
As long as
I
he
mean, I'm
doesn't
sorry.
take the mark,
This
I
is
think I should be fine.
this is where you just give it up to God, because that's what it's all about.
Hmm.
You got to give it up to God.
Hmm. Just make sure that I don't get banned now.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it's Psalm 37:4 that says God gives us the desires of our hearts. How do we prove that that means that He actually forms what we want as opposed to just giving us what we want as far as the desires of our heart?
My thing is like it would. Oh, hold on, sorry, my bad.
I
And
have an answer.
I believe that 100%. I don't
I,
Yeah,
be-
my
I don't.
answer.
Do that.
I believe that
Yeah.
like what our expectation and our. I believe that like this is what I goes into what I was talking to you about earlier, last live. That in the individual sense, like as an individuals in the body of Christ, our expect like my expectation and your expectation as an individual, that could be what the desires of our heart. That's what I was thinking.
What I would say is like in Acts, in the book of Acts, it says God gives to all life, breath, and all, and I mean, or in other translations that they paraphrase
Or
it, they say He gives to all
or
life, breath, and everything else. So
Yeah, I
in
know. No,
Romans, and well, you were just talking about this, weren't you, Scott?
yeah, well, no, I
All
understand. Yeah, I understand the scriptures that prove it. I'm saying, how do you prove it just with that verse?
Oh,
I
got
mean,
it.
I
Gives
can
us
look
all our
elsewhere in scripture
personalities for some very
and know
important
I,
that's what
reason.
it means.
I
It's
would
going to
think that the
involve
verse
whatever
says
comes
like
next. That's what I
I
know.
think that the verse so like of course
well,
the verse has more of course the verse means like what I
The
explained,
things
but it
we
also
enjoy
could mean
now will be
like
very
the fire
important for the
intention
next,
in mind.
uh, for Act 2. These things we enjoy will let us enjoy what's coming next even more, because we enjoyed them in the last place we were. We'll like them even more there. That's how I see it.
And stuff that we can't even
Huh?
have here.
well, I mean, I think of it. It's typically not a good idea to try to prove something using only one verse. I mean, usually when you want to prove a point using scriptures, you want to find multiple verses
that
to
is a
back
I
up
great
the
believe
point.
point.
you I do believe in that, but I also believe that like it all depends on how strong and how straightforward the verse is. If the verse
I
isn't
got
that
it.
straightforward, you might need more
Is that it?
verses. But if the verse is straightforward and it like pushes the narrative, like if the verse is much more straightforward, then the less verses you need. That's kind of what
Well,
I.
I mean, the
I'm not
clearest
saying
verse
that
I
it's
would,
Put it back here, babe.
not saying that
uh,
all verses concerning this aren't useful. But what I am
yeah,
saying is that this is the most straightforward out of the two, out of any other verse I
oh
meant.
yeah. Well, the most straightforward verse would probably be like in Romans. Why then does he still find fault? For who has withstood his intention? I mean, it doesn't get any more straightforward than that. You know, I find that to be the most clearest verse. Although there's so many verses that
Yeah.
disprove human free will, but that's one of the clearest. I mean, that literally
Oh,
everything
yeah.
that happens is his intention.
Wait, which verse were you
Uh,
referencing?
well, why then does he still find fault? For who has withstood his intention? It's in Romans somewhere.
It's
The
Romans
Potter's.
9. It's like
Yeah.
Romans 9.
Harder in the clay, kind of.
There's a lot in
I don't know, whatever I enjoy will be important in the next eon. I can see it. I love it. How I like steam locomotives and stuff. Maybe I'll help design machines for people to get around. Maybe I'll be some sort of engineer or something.
You mean like robots?
No, like,
Trains,
transportation
steam
machinery.
locomotives he was talking about earlier.
Transportation machinery. They all feel like I'll help do that on the new Earth.
That
able
sounds
to
like
hear me
robots
when
to
I
me.
was talking?
Machine,
I'm
what's the
sorry, I
difference?
was taking the trash out.
Mechanical machines like ships and
You're talking
locomotives,
about
trains,
transportation, like trains mainly.
Yeah, but
aircraft, and
transportation.
things
Well,
like that.
Okay. You mean like I mean like a car? You mean like are you asking
Something
like
that,
if we'll build
moves you from
cars
point
on
A
the
to
new Earth
point
or
B.
something like that?
Converts energy into motion. Something like that.
Are we okay? You're asking if we're going to convert energy into
No,
motion.
maybe I'll build that stuff because I really like steam locomotives and stuff. I feel like maybe I'm gonna have the
Uh,
cash to have
I
I
build
mean,
this stuff.
I'd
I think
imagine
that's
you
too
could
much
do
of a.
that. I mean,
I think it's too much of a focus on the physical reality of what you're in right now. I think it's going to be completely different in the Celestials.
I
well, I
think
mean,
it
it's
might
just,
have like everything is the type and shadow here, so yeah. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I
it might be similar, but it might not be the same. Because
I wouldn't think of it. I think of it as something higher, but not necessarily totally different. Like something higher, but not necessarily
right.
totally.
hello, Anthony. How are you doing?
I just
Anyways, I
I
was
just think
saying,
the point is we really just don't know.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
Honestly,
true.
and
you
when
know.
we do talk about this, I think it's important not to limit exactly the joy we would have. But yeah,
Right.
when we
I
do
agree.
talk, yeah, not to limit, but yeah, also to kind of yeah. Like I was saying, like
So if anybody's worried, my trash is out now at the curb, so I'm good to go
cool,
for the
cool.
rest of the night.
I'm glad that's all you have to do because I like when I take trash out, we have to put it in the dumpster, and, which is
Oh God.
kind of a walk. But
I
yeah,
know. This being a celestial being, I don't think it'll be too hard to put a Baltimore and Ohio EM1 together. I don't think it'll be that hard.
excuse
I
me.
don't think it'll be
As a
difficult.
I remember telling Braden, like me and him talked on the phone. I wanted to have like my own multiverse, I guess, or chain of different universes, I guess, or this thing I was talking about in the last live with Scott Hicko,
Yeah.
like just to hang out. It would kind of act as like my room. I mainly hang out in my room, kind of as a place to hang out. I make music in my room. I do different things in my room. So I was thinking that would kind of act as my room. And I remember,
A whole multiverse will be your room. Is that what you're saying?
no,
Hold
I'm
on.
saying it would like act as if it would like kind of like how I have a room now to hang out in, make music in, and do whatever.
Yeah.
I would say that it was not that the multiverse would be my room, that it would act as my room, kind of like
Okay.
I hang out here now.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
I mean, I'm literally in my room right now.
Yeah. Although, of course, I mean, like the universe literally means everything. So, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I think like the universe.
I'm possibly just I'm using a term that's understood by certain people to be different than what is understood by us. So,
Yeah.
of course, I don't mean like everything, because that would mean the heavens and the new earth.
Oh yeah.
But not saying that it's separate from that, but I'm saying it would be a part of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, because like God would have made it for me, and anyone who wants to visit can visit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That could happen. I mean, it also could just be that the new Earth is so great, and then we don't really have that desire anymore. It's just like we're just so impressed with what God already has.
True.
But I mean,
that's kind of one of the things I expect. Like, one of the things I would like to expect. I try,
Hopefully, that new Earth isn't just just a giant fancy garden. Hopefully, there's like much more elaborate than just a bunch of gardens and stuff like that. Hopefully, that's like some of it will be like that. But I'm hoping it'll be big cities made out of advanced metals I never heard of, and Art Deco, different designs brought back.
Yeah.
I do agree with Dana, and I do agree with Anthony Pierce, but I do want to put into perspective that physical is part of it, though. We may be emphasizing too heavily on the physical, but physical is part of it. Yes.
I agree with that. I mean, I've like wondered if like I look at like cyberpunk mega cities, like pictures that people design and stuff like
I
that.
kind of wanted to live in some cities or hang out in some cities like that too.
Yeah, where it's just like super futuristic. I mean, it's just like where you have like buildings that are like 1,000 stories high and like crazy stuff like that. I mean, that would be pretty wild. I mean, I fantasize.
True, but and I also wanted to touch on something that's important to note when talking about these types of things, especially if it's on your heart to talk about this. So, one thing I want to say is like, I remember Martin Zinner making a list of how to love God, and expecting God, love is expecting all, love is foregoing all. The list goes on to like a certain number. So I remember telling Scott Hicko, if I can't love God in any other way, I'll try to love Him in the most. I'll try to love God in the most ways possible. From like based on what I got from the video of Martin Zender, I'll try to love God to the fullest extent that I can, which means like foregoing, expecting, not taking account of evil. But if I can't do nothing, if I can't do all that, the things not picking out, but the things I definitely can do to love God is not taking account of evil, expecting. Hold on, camera froze. But not taking account of evil, expecting, and a few other things are definitely strong in me to point to where how I love God. But yeah, hello.
We're here.
All right, I was making sure because my camera has been acting real weird. So
I hear you.
yeah, not sure if that affected my audio, despite the fact that I'm using a mic to talk. But yeah,
And remember that if we can think it, God goes above it. Remember, He does
Right.
super exceedingly more than what we could even think. So if we can think it, we're not going to be disappointed because He's going to surpass even our wildest dreams. And
exactly.
I try not to get caught up. I know we have an expectation, and it's wonderful, and that's the driving force behind our love and actions. That's part of it. But I try not to get too caught up in the specifics of it. Just understanding and trusting God that it's going to be better and greater than whatever I
Yeah.
can even dream, and that what I
I
experience
trust God on
here
that.
is just going to increase that. My desires now are just going to increase that enjoyment of it.
What happened to Braden?
Then
There's two Bradens here.
I'm back.
two Bradens.
Well,
I just quickly checked something. Didn't realize we're trying to kick him out. Yeah. Hear a bunch of like clinging noises and stuff.
Nick's putting together a locomotive.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I was just kidding, Nick.
That's cute.
yeah, I know. Oh, Doc, you talking to it?
You know what I'm kind of curious about? On the new Earth, will people have to work, 9 to 5 jobs and
I think there will be work in the newer. I mean, it talks about people
if you're
building.
working all the time, how are you able to enjoy anything and get around and take vacations?
I wouldn't think of just work as like on this earth. Like people I think people here like build their own gardens, build their own homes, and stuff like that.
Build their own transport technology, build their own transport aircraft and stuff to get around.
For example, I still want to be an artist as a music artist in the new earth or whatever. But it will definitely be different. But I'm saying I think that our lives aren't too much far removed from our next lives. But I don't try to think about. I think about the expectation, but not too much. I try to regulate how much I think about it. But I do use it
I
as
think
a
it's
motivator.
important to live for the now. I mean, it is good to think about
Ugh.
the
I
future
know.
and stuff.
I
But
I
hate
know.
the now.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like when my
Yeah.
life gets hard, I just think expectation. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing this for. So anytime my life gets hard, especially since I have major depressive disorder, it's kind of like I think real poorly of myself with that disorder I have. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Oh no, I just can't wait for that expectation on that new Earth so I can see my
hello.
brother Jack.
I'm here.
Making sure because like this whole to make
Yeah,
sure
I'll
you
get to
because
see
faded
Jack
out.
again.
okay.
I'll get to
Anyways,
see Jack again on the new Earth. That's what's nice.
with my major depressive disorder, I think really lowly of myself. So I think, okay, how is
Yeah, here
like
we
I
go.
try to think of contrast. Like think of the expectation, a time where I won't have this disorder, where I think so lowly of myself to where I'm depressed and I don't like myself too much.
Yeah. Why do you think of
Yeah,
yourself?
go ahead.
Why do I think of myself like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean I think I'm partly blame it on my mental depressive disorder, my major depressive disorder, but I also blame it on my past, and I also just like I
Well,
had a past, and also like
you said you were bullied, right?
yep, that too.
Yeah. That happened to me too as a kid, and it never goes away.
Yeah. So I just
It
try to think
literally
about,
won't leave. So I don't think you have a mental disorder. I just think you got beat up as a kid, and it doesn't go away.
I mean, I think though it can. I mean, I think I think it's possible to move on. I mean, not to
Well,
make light of that.
there's
I
a
mean, not to,
point of moving on, but there's also a point where you do move on, but it lingers. That at least that's my experience.
You move on, but you don't just forget.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes
You'll
yeah.
sense.
still,
Yeah.
hopefully,
That's
I'll
what
still
I'm
remember the
talking
music
about.
that I like to listen to, so I
yeah.
can, make it with like a little harmonica or something and play music that I remember in the last place I was on. So then somebody could say, "Hey, what are you playing?" I could say something I remember and tell them a whole story about it, about what it is. Because if you play
Exactly.
a little harmonica and playing the Super Mario Brothers 3 Overworld theme on a little harmonica,
On a
when
harmonica?
people are hearing it, and you'll be like, "That's
Astro,
amazing. What is it?" Because I'll probably remember it, and it being a celestial body, I'll probably know exactly what the notes are, and I could make that music.
Yeah. I mean, music is awesome.
I'll do a jazzy version of the Super Mario Brothers 3 Overworld theme.
Yeah,
Yeah. Music might
Like,
even be
oh,
better in the
I do
new
have a
world.
guitar. Hold on.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
or maybe I'll do maybe I'll do the Super
Braden,
Mario Brothers
I
3
don't
theme
know
on
but
just steam locomotive whistles. We'll do the Super Mario Brothers 3 theme with a bunch of steam locomotive whistles. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Braden, I realized. I just want to know, Braden, I realized that I'm better at playing guitar drop tunings because it's easier to access the chords and stuff.
Oh, I
Some
can't.
of the stuff I want to play.
My dream is to play guitar because my hands are so
I
small.
play guitar.
I can't reach chords. My hands
You
are literally the size of a child's.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous,
Uh-huh.
and I can't. I just can't. I've tried.
Oh yeah, I have my guitar. Do you have your guitar, Brett? Looks like you have your
right here.
guitar. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I guess I could try this out.
I just want to be able to like show you a little bit of what I know.
Yeah, this is my guitar. I guess it's probably is it showing up.
I want
Yeah.
to get a 7-string or 8-string like that.
Yeah, this is
The
an
reason
8
why I
string
didn't,
guitar.
the reason why I
Oh
didn't follow
yeah.
because like there isn't. Excuse me.
Is
Sorry.
that a 12 string or
It's an 8 string.
8?
I would get a 7
Wow.
string. The reason why I didn't follow your advice is because I'm used to 6 strings and I wanted to learn that before I moved on.
Yeah, it might be a little hard to like learn an 8 string.
Oh yeah. So one of the things I learned how to play was like this, like mainly barring like this and then placing a finger somewhere else. So let's see. What one thing? Let's see. So here's one thing I learned. I'm gonna try to get this right. It may be out of tune. Let's see.
It sounds like it is
Okay.
to me. That sounds flat.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Brandon might know better, but
I'm not a mental guitar tuner. I mean, there's like apps you can download that are like cool
yeah, that is
that
true.
can like tune it. That can be a tuner.
I just can't wait till the New Earth because I'll see my brother Jack again.
What happened to him? What happened to him?
The hurt juice attacked him.
Hold on.
The hurt juice ate him up for dinner, basically.
Yeah, I get it. I just lost my
I
dad.
wonder what Jack would think of the New Earth. I wonder what would he think. Wonder if he would know what it is.
Not now.
No, when he's resurrected and is on it, I wonder what he'd think about it.
Probably same thing everybody else. Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't have to deal with the second death, hopefully. But really, it wouldn't be too bad for him because it would just be instantaneous. It would be another time where he wouldn't remember. So it'd be more for me. It'd be
Okay,
kind
I
of
think I got it
annoying.
ready. Where did he go? Where did he go? Braden.
I don't know. He disappeared.
No. He might come back, I'm sure. I kind of wanted to show you a little bit of this real quick. I'll just play something real quick. Hold on.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off. Love y'all. Take care.
Love y'all too.
And
See ya.
my husband's a goober. I'll talk to y'all later.
See you, Dana.
All right. See you now.
Bye.
All right. Bye. So yeah, I think that everything's gonna. I think that absolutely everything's gonna be great.
I think
I'm,
Jack would be amazed and happy, and I'll be able to see him again. And
Also, not Moonlight Man. Maybe he might join, but I definitely want to say that Rob definitely is gonna try to join when he gets back. He said. So I learned basically essentially this. I forgot my finger placement, so I'll just stop for a second. But yeah, I learned a few chords on this thing. So how are you guys holding up now?
doing good.
All right, and you, Scott?
I'm doing good, man.
Good to hear.
Yeah, I got about
All
20,
right.
20 minutes
No worries,
left. And
you're
then I
good.
gotta get going.
All right, most definitely got you. So so everyone's doing good. That's good. So the last live stream was pretty good, and this one's pretty good too. And I do want to note that Rob was spot on when he said that celestial beings would watch that live and even like this live. So, anyways, yeah, I think that everything's going good. Anything you want to say? Oh, by the way, Nick, I think that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna tell Nick that I think that All right. So Nick, I don't think you need to mute yourself anymore due to the fact that like I think it was due to how many people were in the live. So no, I just wanted to let Nick know that.
All right.
All right. All right. Anything you want to say,
It's
Scott?
just a lot of noises because I'm out trying to get these shopping carts, so you might hear a lot of clacking and some weird noises.
You're still at work. Okay.
Yeah, but so I just get carts so I can basically be around. I like what I do. I mean, I don't have anything to offer to this evil, disgusting world. If a person came up and say you don't offer anything, this world would say I deserve to die because I don't offer anything to this world. Literally, I like
Yeah.
steam locomotives, I like ships, I like planes, I like trains. That's about it. That's about it. I can tell people stuff, but that's about it. I don't have
Yeah,
anything to offer this place.
All
I could
right.
re-
Same here.
I
I
can't
could.
cough up something that this world wants. I can't do it.
I'm not really much of a either. But yeah, you were
I
saying,
can't
Scott?
do music. I can't. All I can do is maybe draw a couple steam locomotive pictures. And that's about it. And put
No,
some cards in.
no,
I don't offer this world a ton of stuff.
I was just saying, like, based off what Nick is saying. I love traveling, like in train. I mean, I love road trips. I'd love to travel via train. One of my dreams is to take like a cross country train ride. Just get on a train and stay in a room on the train, or get on a
I love
nice
traveling.
ship.
I love seeing things go by. I don't. I like. I like things that move. Really.
Yeah, and going from one
Yeah,
destination to
I love
another.
that. I
I
would hate to
always
just
wanted to visit
transport from one place. Teleport. To me, that's boring. To just teleport, it's quick, but it's boring.
Well, yeah, and I
I mean,
think we'll
that
have a
could be
mix
cool.
of what.
That's what I thought.
I mean, actually, I think people will want to travel more because,
Yeah.
people will be patient. They'll enjoy it.
I remember one of my favorite things that I
Yeah.
ever did was I went to. Well, I lived in Ireland for a year, and after that, I went interrailing across Europe for about a month, and just sitting on a train. They had these beer bar train cars to go have a beer and just sit at the bar and watch the world Europe go by, and in 2 hours you'll be in a whole different country, whole different culture. Get off, hang out for as long as you want, and get back on. In another 2 hours you're in a different country, different culture, and you're just going through the back country watching everything pass by. It was an amazing experience. So I hear what you're saying, Nick.
It's so enjoyable. On the new Earth, I want to do that, travel and go around on a ship or on a train or on an airship, fly all over the world, all over the new Earth with a whole bunch of people that I enjoy. And it would be like looking out on the deck, just looking down on the Earth, and zipping through the clouds. And oh my God, Jack will come. Yeah, I'll let Jack fly the ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh what?
I was just agreeing. I was agreeing with you.
I feel like on the new Earth, I'm gonna do a lot of traveling, and I mean a lot. I might go 1,000,000 miles a month, probably. Sometimes I might travel a lot because now I can't travel because everything costs money, money to travel. I'm so sick
Exactly.
and tired of that. I'm so tired of that. It makes me sick that you need money just to get around.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
more ways to control our travel and a limit where we can go. I'm so tired of it. In the
yeah.
Celestials, I'll be able to access the whole thing without a single dime. Like you see these people with these private planes, it's like, oh my gosh, they can go anywhere they want. No restrictions.
Oh yeah.
But just think of how great that is going to be on the new Earth. That you can travel freely. That to me is going to be the nicest thing, the best luxury ever. You can travel freely, no money, no passports, no shame muzzles, no heart juice. Just go, get up and go.
Exactly.
What do you think of that? Do you realize the potential of that is? I
Yep,
realize it. It's going to be amazing.
I see a lot of potential in this. How about you, Scott?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it. Yeah, I mean, we won't even know how evil this age was until we are on the other side of it. I mean, there's things we don't even understand that we're going through that wasn't meant to be. I mean, every day I understand more and more a little bit of what how evil this world is, and it's going to get evil, and more evil. Like a dying tiger is fiercest right before it dies. That's what evil's going to be. It's going to be fierce right before it dies, and
A
we won't
fireworks
even
show. There's
understand
more
it.
fireworks at the end than there is the whole entire thing.
Yep.
The very last bit, it makes more light and more sparks than ever, and then it dies
Yep.
out.
Oh yeah.
But things we take for granted, I mean, even breathing. I mean, breathing is going to be like an enjoyable experience when we're in the new earth or the new heavens. I mean, just
Will we
seeing
have
what
to
we
breathe? I'm
see.
wondering, would we need to
I
breathe?
I have no idea, but whatever it is going to be. I mean, it's going to be just the simplest things are going to be so amazing. I mean, just
Like traveling.
traveling
Sure.
or
People
looking
don't like travel in this world. They
or
see it
looking
as a
at a
nuisance.
bird. We could probably look at a bird and we look at a bird today and we just go, okay, whatever. But everything there is going to be so
I enjoy
wonderful
looking
and
at the birds. I'm
captivating.
listening to the birds. I
Yeah, but
enjoy
it's
it.
you're going to enjoy it times
Oh yeah.
infinity even more when you're going to enjoy things that are just the simplest things in the new heavens and the new earth, and then all the other stuff is going to it's going to expose just how evil
Yeah, like the taste
this
of a
world
slice of
was.
watermelon.
Yeah.
The taste of watermelon. That's to me will
Oh,
be
yeah.
even better.
I definitely agree with that. Like everything will be much more enjoyable.
All right, I gotta shove off. I gotta look for something for my son and go drop it off. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, um, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Very welcome.
All right.
All
Take it
right,
easy,
most
guys.
definitely. Anytime.
All right. Have a good one.
You too, bro. Thank you. You too. Very much.
See you, Nick.
See you later.
Oh yeah. So like, if anyone else wants to join, y'all can join. But yeah, seems like just us for now.
It is.
Yep.
Look at this.
Ah,
To me, this is the
that's
most
a nice
enjoyable
sky.
thing right there. To see that every single time. To see those clouds glow. To me, it's the simple things that are so nice. The look
Yeah.
of the glow of those clouds, the way the trees silhouette. I mean, the
Whoever,
simple things.
yeah. Whoever's in the live, that is definitely a beautiful like sky scenery.
Or like, like a nice, to me, there's nothing more enjoyable than a late October day, an autumn day. And to
Yeah.
say there won't be any autumn on the new earth, deniers. There's going to be autumn. It might not be the same. It'll just it'd be nice if the trees just stayed color, like a place where they don't fall off, but they just stayed color. Oh,
Well,
that
what?
would be amazing. Be like a
Well,
permanent autumn. And I want there to be snow and mountains on the new earth. I
whatever
want
will be there, whatever will be on the new Earth and everything, is definitely gonna be 10 times much more like Scott said. If we can imagine it, it's going to be better than yeah. It's going to be better than
people love
we can imagine.
skiing and snowboarding and all those sports. They couldn't do it if there isn't snow. You couldn't do those sports.
True.
People enjoy those sports. Why would if you can't do them? Why? I mean, there's gonna be beaches. There's gonna be now. There might not be deserts or not what we think of it as a desert. There won't be deserts. I think that's the only thing there won't be is deserts. Or if there is, they'll be way different than what we think of as a desert now.
True.
But I'm just imagining just the beaches there's going to be on the new earth, the beautiful beaches.
Oh yeah. I'm still gonna.
Crystalline, turquoise, sapphire waters of the new earth.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, the sparkling turquoise, sapphire waters. It's gonna be like the Mediterranean or the Bahamas, everywhere where there's water, because there's no pollution. The water will be clear everywhere. I think crystal clear, just the most crystalline waters. And there's not gonna be underwater cities.
There
There'll be
might be
cruise
like,
ships everywhere.
but
Everybody having a good time.
true, but like Scott said, if we can imagine it, God's gonna go a step above. He's gonna super exceed that.
Now he's not gonna throw away things that he created. He doesn't just
Of course,
throw it away.
like
He enhances it.
everything he made was a type and shadow.
He
So
enhance. Yeah, it's the prototype. Everything we got
yeah,
here is the prototype. It's the prototype before the better. Prototype
exactly.
is what's coming. And I think, oh, Jack is going to really enjoy it.
Yeah, and I
Jack
hope
loves
you and your brother
Pokemon.
like enjoy
So
each
maybe
other.
he'll catch little animals on the new Earth.
I hope you and your brother definitely like get together and like enjoy this. Whatever you have said before you, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it.
Jack loves Pokemon, so I think on the new Earth there'll be little animals that he can, watch and, and do different things with. Because he really likes Pokemon and he likes animals.
He likes anime?
Animals. Like,
Oh, animals.
he
Well,
likes skeletons too.
hmm
So I don't know.
no, well, death will be abolished. So,
Yeah.
but
He
I'm
loves
sure
the
there will be
structure of
many
it.
other good things to take its place.
And maybe he'll help design animals. I don't know. Maybe he'll help create new animals.
True.
You know what I feel is going to happen after the fifth Eon?
Yeah.
You said about worlds. I think we're going to assist creating new creations, new worlds. That's what I
Well,
think.
something interesting that Anthony Pierce said in one of my videos. He said that we will be Christ, not like Christ as we will be Christ Jesus. We will be, let me just say
Christ-like. We're
Christ.
going to be that
Yes.
status.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
That's
not going to be him himself. We're going to have that status. It's like he's like a pilot. We're going to be like pilots. Like an
exactly.
airplane pilot. Yeah, you're not that one person. He's a pilot, but we're going to be like him. Pilots.
Yes.
We're going to do the same job. We're going to have the same job title, which
Yes.
has got to be better than anything on the Earth.
Well,
Reconciling the Celestials. It's gonna be like an action movie. We're gonna come in and bust them, and then instead of killing them or putting them in jail, we're gonna reconcile them.
yep, most definitely. And another thing I want to say is that, like, in Martin's video, like, hold on, camera's acting funny again. Anyways, I heard representatives say that we are joint heir with Christ, which is essentially saying what we just said. I would say that that's essentially just saying what we just said.
Well, joint air to me like being part of one unit, like a steam locomotive. You have hundreds of thousands of parts on a steam locomotive, all jointed together and doing one job. We're like that.
Well, the body of Christ is like Christ's body, and there are
Or his machine, his locomotive, his whatever, anything that does one job, any kind of machine that does one job with many pieces is a type and shadow of this to me.
True.
He shows me at the steam locomotive because he shows me how important it is that they're all going to work, that all the pieces work together. You can't have anything missing.
Mm-hmm. So Christ's body is much like what you're saying with the steam locomotive having different like parts of the train.
Wait, can I mute for 20 seconds? Because it's going to get really loud because I got to push these carts in.
Yeah. Do that.
For like 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds, yeah. So anyone who wants to join, come on in. You're definitely welcome. Let me see if I can put another link up. I may have to periodically do that and make that a habit for streams like these. May have to do that every now and then. Excuse me. It's definitely going to be a shorter live, or definitely seems, yeah. Oh shoot! Anyone who wants to join, definitely join.
And
Yep, I'm here too.
you hear it?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, good. So yeah, a steam locomotive is like the ecclesia of Christ. We're
Yes.
all a different piece. There's smaller pieces that do less, and there's big pieces that do a lot.
Yeah, like if
But
you
they're
think of the
all important.
fingers with the opposable thumbs, they have a big part in being able to pick up like the phone, pick up a controller, pick up the mic, pick up anything.
So it's just like one piece of the locomotive, boils the water and makes the steam, the boiler. There's the firebox that holds the fire and makes the steam. Then there's the throttle valve that regulates how much steam goes to the pistons. Then there's your valve gear that tells which side of the piston the steam goes on. If you see a steam locomotive, there are so many parts. That to me is just like the ecclesia, standing up one of those steam locomotives. And Christ is like the engineer of that locomotive. And the whole universe are the freight cars behind. And that train is pulling those freight cars to the destination. It's like that. We're like his locomotive. We do the heavy hauling, the hard grunt work, where we do the heavy lifting. Well, Christ guides us to where we need to go.
Yeah, and like there's no like the hands or the feet are the hands. There's no switching up around.
No, you can't put a stay bolt as a wheel, or make a side rod as the smoke box door. They're all individual pieces for one job, just like that.
Yeah, like
a steam locomotive is such a good type and shadow of the ecclesia. It's just like it, or a car, or anything with moving parts.
Yeah,
it's all important.
Move. Yeah,
it's so amazing to me.
Oh yeah,
to me in my life how God shows Himself through every little thing in my life.
Oh yeah,
man. 2015, when I was so-called Christian, that was awful. That was awful. That was horrible. That was the worst fear-mongering I've ever seen.
Being a Christian for me was bad too, man. Like
Christianity's awful. It's gaslighting and fear and just.
That's definitely like religious bondage and all that. But I just try not to think about like my time as a so-called Christian anymore because of the fact that simply it just wasn't right. What was being taught wasn't right and all that.
I'm so tired of it. I hate seeing all these people having to follow this crap, and they're stuck in it, and they haven't been revealed the truth. They're just trapped in it.
I feel you, man. I definitely
feel you. It's like a minnow trap. Once you get in, it's hard to get out, unless somebody busts you out.
Yep, Christ.
He pulls us out of there, like pulling a minnow out of a minnow trap. He opens up the minnow trap and lets us out, pulls us out of there.
God showed us. Like I think it very cool and important that we note that Christ saved us, and I think it's cool that God ultimately bust us out of the Christian religion by giving us a real knowledge of Christ, giving us a real knowledge of all this, a real knowledge of like, hey, here's what's really going on. I think that's very
such an inversion of the truth. It's completely upside down.
Yep. I think it's the best. I think that's the best thing that God noted, and the best thing for us to note, rather, that God busted us out of what we were in the so-called normal thing. So yeah. And if Rob Wild could join, that'd be cool, but I guess and I'm not sure if this will be a normal weekend thing. This definitely would be cool if it could be, but I'm not sure if
I'm back.
Yeah. What?
Back, just put more of those carts in.
All right, that's cool. Anyways, I'm not sure if Scott Hicko was gonna join every single live, but if he could join most lives or even half the lives that we do, that would be very cool. And I think it's cool, like the fellowship and all, like we're doing now, even if it's just two people, even if it's one person, like I did lives because like I had bad storage on my computer, I had bad storage on my phone, and bad quality on my phone as well, so you could barely hear my voice too well.
Oh
So
wow! I tell you, the one thing that probably got my whole journey started
uh-huh.
was Wayne Levi Price, Tribulation Saints. That is what started the whole thing up. That's what got the end of the spooling. Was the garbage that came off of his YouTube channel. Wayne Levi Price, Tribulation Saints.
Oh yeah. So it made you want to leave Christianity, or is that was the start of you leaving Christianity? Correct or no?
It sure started it all right. Man, that man, I don't know why that man is so nasty, but he sure is. What he
Uh-huh.
teaches.
Oh yeah.
He's, he's so, he really is locked in the stubbornness.
Yep. And I even heard preachers like have a nasty tone to go with their nasty teachings.
Oh, that's what he had. Nasty tone. He's just such an upset, mean man. I mean, what is wrong with him? I mean, he's not upset or at what he's doing to people.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
Or he's just so scared. That's what I think.
Dana, I'm sorry, but he already left. He already left. Shoot. I wish he had more time to stay to stay in. But even if he don't, that's okay though.
I think this Wayne Levi Price guy is scared. He's scared of eternal hell. Scared of it. I think he's so traumatized from it that he's just trying to avoid going there. And he sees the mistranslated Bibles and sees how much crap he's got to go through to make it. He's mean and angry because what he's bonded to is so evil and nasty. He's projecting. He's projecting what he believes. Because traumatized people are traumatized, they project because they don't know any other way to let it out.
Yeah. And I would say the worst type of projection is religious projection.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad enough.
Uh-oh. What's wrong?
Was
that me or was that
I don't
you?
know. That was something wrong with my connection.
You cut out. Oh, I thought it was me. Hopefully it wasn't me.
Heck. No.
I don't know. I'm glad you didn't have to deal with Wayne Levi Price, but oh my gosh, it tortured me for a year.
I'm glad.
Summer 2015. I was so scared because he said if you don't take your eyes out and you see something, you're gonna go to hell. That scared me so badly. I almost felt like if it got any worse, I would actually start getting physically sick and shivering. If it got any worse, I would probably be faking.
Try not to focus on. Yep, most definitely. Now that you're in something new, I would advise not trying to focus on that. Most definitely not.
Wayne Levi Price thinks that you actually have to cut your eyes out and stuff, but I didn't see his eyes gone. I don't see his body chopped off. But he said this guy thinks that if you masturbate, you go to hell instantly. This guy is horrible.
Yeah.
I know what is God gonna say to this guy at the judgment? What do you think he's gonna say to Wayne Levi Price?
I'd say that I'm not sure what he's gonna say, but I would think that in essence, he'd tell him like, "You definitely had the wrong idea about me, and you were having so much zeal. You were going at it too ham-handed. You were going at it ham-fistedly, and not only were you going at it ham-fistedly, but you were going at it so hard with the
mistranslated Bibles.
Yeah,
so much. Oh my, he's going to show his whole life how much crap he got subjected to get him that.
Basically, to the basically, I would say that God would say this to the extent of you're going in with the wrong, hard with the wrong paint, hard with the wrong, hard with the wrong. Period. That's what I think.
He's
You-
probably going to say you are not going to be written in the Lamb's scroll of life because of the crap you spewed. That's probably what he's going to. He's not getting any Eonian life. I guarantee you. He's going
Yeah,
to say no. He's going to say, "You workers of iniquity, depart from me." That's what he's going to say. And Wayne Levi Price is going to say, "I did everything for you. I did everything." He's going to be weeping and gnashing his teeth, so angry and mad that he was declined to enter. He's going to be one of the ones that says, "Depart from me." He's going to be one of the ones.
yeah, and that's the result of what he. But yeah, even though he was like, even though
Self-righteous.
even though absolutely God made him to be in this position, it's not necessarily a losing. Like I heard Martin Zenner say this as an analogy. Losing Aeonian life is simply just basically missing out on the neon. It's not. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not too bad.
I feel that the lake of fire is just no Eonian, because the fifth eon is Eonian life. The lake of fire, the second death, is just for the people who didn't get in the 1,000 years. You know, the people, because you notice the people that go in the lake of fire are the people resurrected at the great white throne. Those people didn't get the fourth eon. The Lamb's scroll of life is Eonian life for the fifth eon. I feel that's what it is. The lake of fire is simply, the same as Gehenna fire. It's to eliminate people who don't get Eonian life. That's all it is. And I feel that the lake of fire judgment, I feel that the people, they're not, I don't think everyone gets the same length of time dead. I think it's different. Because remember he says that the idolaters are going to get their part. I feel some people might get 200 years, some people 400, 600, the whole fifth eon dead. I feel it's actually different because he says they're part. He doesn't say they're all the same. I think each person has a lot different allotments, for the fifth eon. Some get the whole eon, some get half, some get quarter. I feel by their acts, the rewards and judgments. The rewards are possibly more time on the new earth. Adds more time, less time in the lake of fire. Dead. I don't think it's all the people all at once because they don't say anything about. I feel it's each person is a different amount of time dead in the lake of fire. Different, judgments. That's what the judgment is for. It's how long are you going to be dead for in the lake of fire? I think that's what it's about. What do you think about that? I don't think they all get the same amount of time in the lake of fire dead. In the second death. I think every person gets different. Some people are dead for 2, 3, 5, 20 years, 40 years, 60, 80, determined by your works.
Maybe.
How much time are you going to get in the lake of fire?
That works. I don't think I'm kind of
to me it just makes sense though. Different allotments. Some won't get the fifth eon at all. They'll stay dead the whole time till the fifth eon ends.
All right. I do want to say let's pass this up and talk about this again later because it doesn't seem like many people are in for a second.
Nope, they might come in.
True.
I don't know. I like talking to someone. I don't have anyone who's a believer to talk to at all. I don't know anyone that I can just talk to that's a believer.
Wait, do you have
I haven't met a single person who's a believer.
Do you have a phone? Because I will give you my number.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. I can't leave this or it'll, kick me out.
All right. Well, give me your number. Or tell me your number. Or dang. I don't know how...
210.
Hold on.
All right.
I'll make sure you have somebody to talk to.
No, it's 410.
Hold on.
353.
One second. Nick, and then repeat the whole thing again. Sorry.
410 353-2367.
Can you repeat the last part again? Sorry, too fast.
2367.
Okay, before that.
353.
24, 67.
2367.
353 23 67.
Yep.
All right, got you.
Literally my whole life, I've never met a believer in person. My whole 24 years that I lived.
Dang.
Not a single one. Isn't that interesting? Maybe it's just going to stay that way until I get snatched away. I don't know.
True. Andros and Nick Andro. How do you pronounce your last name?
Anderly. It's some weird Czech name because I'm not. I was adopted from Russia, actually, Krasnoyarsk, Russia, in 2001, and my brother Jack was actually an identical twin. When I was adopted from Krasnoyarsk, Russia.
Oh yeah.
When I was 3 years old.
Oh,
Just looking at the way I was adopted, I know God is involved in everything. I mean, I can see how God is involved in everything. I can see it, and He's going to reveal the whole thing to me, I think.
All right. So your number. So I make sure that we have fellowship later. 410, right?
Yep.
353
2367.
Okay, got you. So yeah, people, I definitely want to get this done before it hits 2 hours again, 3 hours again. Right.
I liked how it was long, though.
What?
I liked when it was that long.
I know, but I liked it too, but there are not many people that are able to go on with us. So
Not many people can endure that long.
No, yeah, I mean, Dana Mem had something to do. Scott Hicko had something to do. Rob has to come in. Yeah. I think he is.
He might come in. I don't know.
I know, but I don't want to reach 3 hours before someone comes. You know. What?
You don't want it that long? All right.
I do want it that long. It's just that not many people are on.
All right. I know. Right. This world really is insane to me. I am so tired of this world. And the fact that I don't offer this world jack shit. I know I'm not going to survive this place. If anything gets too bad, I won't survive this place.
Oh yeah. Plus, real quick, I even have something to do real quick as well. So I'll tell you what. You want to have a phone call?
All right.
Or at least call when you're off work.
Oh, you can just call me right now if you want to. See if it'll work.
All right.
Just to make sure it works.
Yeah, I definitely want to test it. So,
can you call it right now so I know if it works or not?
All right. Hold on. I'm using text now, so this may be a different. Usually this I have a 314 number, but I'm using text now to talk to people. So let's see.
Will it work with me? Because I don't have text now as an app. So
it will work with me.
Oh, good. It's not just through an app. It's not proprietary. Good.
Hold on. Yeah, you'll see it'll work. Let's see. 3, 1. Okay, contacts. Let's see. Nick. Joey. Okay, got you. Just call you?
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
All right. Don't pick it up because we're in the live. But
yeah,
that's
I accidentally hit it, but it didn't work. So
good. So I'll text you and all that. So and hopefully we'll have much more.
Maybe I should text you some of my steam locomotive drawings that I made.
Yeah, that'd actually be kind of cool.
Because I have a whole world that I have for these steam locomotives to run in. I have this whole world where it's steam locomotives have never gone away, and they have their own railroad names, and it's really cool. Their
Oh
own
yeah.
cities. I mean, God didn't make me think of all that stuff for no reason. It's going to be very important. I know I can't offer any shit in this world, but I know on that in the celestials, I'll be able to enjoy everything, and I'll be able to actually have my actual purpose. Because I feel like I don't have it. Like I don't. I feel misplaced on this earth. I don't have all the fancy shit these people have. I don't have the money. I don't have the cars. I don't have the knowledge of all the calculus and the math and how to build computers and how to build a bridge and with my just the knowledge in my head. I don't know any of that. I feel like I've got learning problems. I can't really remember short term stuff very well. Like I
All
can't
right.
memorize like simple multiplication. I can't. I just can't.
All right.
So
Well,
God is definitely, holding me back. I can tell.
definitely, I want to say before what's wrong with this? Anyways, before my thing messes up, I everything will be good at the end of this. Okay, everything will be like better whenever statue happens. Just expect.
Well, it excites me because I don't actually have a really good purpose that has like that'll be super meaningful.
All right,
No expensive colleges, no stupid math shit that I gotta memorize, no studying.
bro.
I mean, I'm just gonna know. To me, that's more amazing than anything.
Nick, I gotta go. There's something going on with this,
All right.
but let's definitely meet up at least next weekend. Next weekend. All right. This has been Chris Bug with Scott Hicko, Dana Mim, Braden
I'm
Smith.
gonna probably send you a couple steam engine pictures afterwards.
All
Can you
right.
get texts? Oh yeah, you said you
Yeah, I
can.
can. Yeah. So this has been all of us. Grace and peace. Love y'all, and we'll try to do this again next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.